I'm kind of embarrassed to say this, but I don't know what racial capitalism means. No worries, I'll break it down. Have you ever heard of the saying, if white people have a cold, black people have pneumonia? Yeah. So this phrase has been used to explain how every economic issue facing Americans as a whole, whether it is homelessness, unemployment, the student debt crisis, you name it, it's all made exponentially worse for Black Americans in particular because of the economic system we live under, racial capitalism. But why is that? It helps to read a book by Cedric J. Robinson called Black Marxism, The Making of the Black Radical Tradition. In his book, Cedric J. Robinson theorized that all capitalism is racial capitalism because in order for capitalism to survive, it must prey upon the unequal differentiation of human value. Capitalism needs racialized people to exploit in order to survive. Yes, and enslaved Black people's unpaid labor didn't just lay the groundwork for the United States to be the richest country on the planet, but racial capitalism ensures that certain racialized groups will continue to be exploited disproportionately under this system. So even though the entire working class is harmed by, let's say, our for-profit driven healthcare system, Black and brown people are harmed more acutely. And debt is one of the ways that racial capitalism rears its ugly head. How so? Well, let me give you some alarming debt statistics, for example. There's a lot of them. But let's look at medical debt in particular. 100 million Americans are in medical debt. Full stop. 80% of medical debt and collections is owed to families with either zero net worth or negative net worth. And here's another statistic for you. 56% of Black adults owe medical debt compared to 37% of white adults. When white people have a cold, Black people have pneumonia. Right, and it doesn't have to be this way. We shouldn't just fight to cancel debts, but we should fight for an economic system where healthcare, housing, education aren't profit centers. They're not commodities. How come I didn't learn this in school? Well, there's a reason why the right is working overtime to ban books and obscure history. They want to hide the just debts that the United States owes, for example, land back and reparations. Debt was used as a tool to dispossess indigenous people of their land, and white landlords used unpayable debts to suppress Black independence after abolition via sharecropping. Damn, that's bleak. It is and it isn't at the same time. Black revolutionary freedom struggles have positive ripple effects for the entire working class. Many Black leaders were anti-capitalist, but this history has been sanitized in the hopes that we wouldn't ask why poverty exists. Not just why poverty exists for Black people, but for people of all races and people around the world. Okay, that's beautiful. Black is beautiful.